Going on? Happy Friday. Hope Bobby's doing okay. I know he had an issue he had to handle, and we got all kinds of stuff except for the NBA, which is just fine by me. Even though the cut sweat in golf is really just devastating to me. Actually, it's not even much of a sweat, so it's not a big deal. Basically, if Brian Harmon or Taylor Montgomery didn't completely S the bed today, I could be in really good shape, but they decide to be 4 over for the two of them, and it's not going to do it. So it's going to look good for the golf, but it's going to be a whole bunch of 5 of 6s. So that's just not going to work. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about hockey. I can answer some MMA questions. I'll go over some MMA stuff. And we're also going to talk about NASCAR, because NASCAR, it's already filled, but Truck Series race starts in about an hour. Let me just make sure of that timing. An hour and 37 minutes. I'm going to talk about how I built for that, and we can just kind of figure this kind of stuff out ourselves. And then in the meanwhile, we can keep going on the other side. Let's share my screen. Let's see how many copyright violations can we violate in one stream. So can we violate the ESPN Plus stream by showing the golf? So we can do that. Or you know what we can do? This is just Twitch. So we could sweat. There it is. Look, sheets. Does that say sheets? Hold on, let's see. No, it didn't say sheets. It's sheesh. So we could sweat LCS on the right. How about that? So we're just going to see how many copyright violations we could violate at the same time. So there's the Twitch League LCS copyright violation. This is the ESPN Plus copyright violation, as Canley goes bunker to bunker. But actually, he's been doing really well. Can't really complain. And then we could talk about the NHL sheets and the plays. But what I want to do first is I want to deal with the NASCAR. So this is the sheets for the Truck Series, and it is part of the Daytona experience, So it's what that means is that it's all about place differential and finishing, right? There's really no dominator points to be had, no real fast laps to be had. I mean, there are just very few. So you're basically, all you want to do is you want to play guys that are near the back of the field to get that place differential, because to go from like last to first in a races at Daytona just doesn't take much, because it's plate racing. They're all basically go the same speed, and they just kind of line up on the whole stretch. So that's what you're kind of looking for. Now, what I probably should do in the future in my sheets is list the places what they start, right? Just to give you an idea. Now, again, all that is factored into the projections here, but just to give you an idea of what's going on here, let's pull up one lineup and see where all these guys start. So you have the highest priced guy is starting in the 2-hole. He's probably like the easiest fade there is, right? I mean, in plate racing, you just can't play guys like this. You really have to focus in on the guys that are all the way at the back. So Ben Rhodes from the 26 hole, Massey the 35, White the 36, Hacker the 33, Hill the 32. All these guys all the way at the back are the guys you really want to focus in on. Now, the thing is, though, trucks, it's a little less dramatic than the Cup Series races, but it's still very relevant. Okay. Now the good thing is that, so you wouldn't believe that this is true, but especially in the plate racing, but also in NASCAR in general, it's actually a very projection based sport. Like so much of what you want to, so much of all the things that go into what you need to figure out is already baked into projections, and it wouldn't seem that way, but that's simply the case. Like when I say, oh, you want to play guys from the back, all that's been factored into the projections, and I do access quite a few projection systems to build these sheets. So you could really, just approach this like you would any other sport where I put sheets up. That is, we'll just take a look at it, and let's pull this up again. Where is this? Trucks, DK Trucks, and just kind of operate just like it was any other slate. You would line it up by sheets value score, just like anything else. And then you would try to find dudes that are kind of on the low owned side. So guys like Chris Hacker, guys like Josh Reum, guys like Mason Massey, Chris Wright. Like these are guys that you want to probably get into your lineups. I mean, you have to treat this literally just like any other projection-based sport. And there's not really that much correlation issues. You know what I mean? So the only thing that I would say, you have to make sure in plate racing that you don't put any minimum salary requirement, because sometimes, not so much the truck races, but in the Cup races, you're gonna get lineups that leave sometimes 20,000 on the table that make sense. Okay, because remember, they come up with this pricing before the place differential is before qualifying. So you get really strange pricing. So it looks as though Timmy Hill is going to be a really strong play. So, like, for example, I mean, you want to have some fun, or what you could do, you could just run a Saber Sim build if you want. But I think what's interesting though is something like Timmy Hill. If you get to him, like you have all these guys that, especially Chris Hacker. Oh, it's not. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's maybe they didn't. Maybe it didn't. I'll put that into the. I'll put that into support here. See if he can't fix it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Obviously today, truck ownership not making it to truck ownership not making it to the tables. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the, I wonder if I could do it in the Discord. Probably not. I'm just going to go into not, I mean, I can do it in Discord. I wonder if I can do it in the, in Restream. Probably not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the NASCAR Discord channel, and then I am going to just upload my raw sheet there. So this way you could have, I mean, you could play around with it. You could upload it to wherever you need it to go. So DK Trucks. And all right, so I just did that. So I just posted the DK Trucks up there. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be doing XFL. First of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to play. If I'm not allowed to play, I'm not doing it. But if I am allowed to play, maybe I'll play. I'm not sure. I have to. I really can't though. I mean, I can't put sheets up because, I mean, I could put the the aggregate up, maybe, but they're just so unreliable. I mean, like I just have no back testing. I just have nothing. I just can't do it. So if I do like a full Saber Sim NASCAR build, I imagine that you'd get like a whole bunch of what? Hold on a minute. Not Cup. I would go to trucks. Probably get a whole bunch of Ben Rhodes, right? I would imagine, because you can get to him really easily. And maybe Klingerman. And those look like, but mostly Ben Rhodes. But I think what you should probably do is make sure you play a decent amount of guys like Hacker, Chris Wright, guys that are just like a little less owned than some of these others. Let's see. That's the way I would kind of attack this. Now, if you wanted to build one by hand, you probably get away with this even by doing something like this. What did he play, like Josh Reaume? I mean, that's kind of a fun one to play in like single entry, isn't it? What are you gonna do about Travis Pastrana? I mean, you really just want guys. I mean, really play guys that start at the back. And if you get some guys that start nearer the front, I think that's okay to get maybe a couple of them. But I wouldn't put more than one of them in my lineups here. So let me just fix that. So I'll undo this. So I posted them up here. And so instead of playing, say, Timmy Hill, you could play, say, Chris Wright or something like that and make that work. We got a little bit of time, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to do that. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we have, this is not GG yet. This is EG against IMT. I think I have a grand total of 0 of this. So this is good to see. 7 minutes and 27 seconds of nothing. So we can kind of sweat that along the way. Okay, so NHL. Maybe Adam can give you some insight as well, but I don't. This is. I'm going to tell you the adjustments that I make in NHL. Okay, so I'm gonna do one. I'll do another one because I already did one. So this is my take on NHL. So let's say you have all the sheets in there, everything's kind of up, and you upload this. We'll start all the way from the beginning. You put them in there. Or it's already in there if you're on DFS, whatever. And then what you do, first thing what you want to do is you want to make sure that you pick the right tournament. And I would not adjust the sliders at all. You just don't do it. So let's just say you want to do, what do you want to do, Griff? 20 max? So we do 20 max. We do absolutely nothing. Okay. And this is, I'll just tell you I do a couple of things a little differently. So when I build the 20 lineups, just like this, well, we got to get back to this. Okay, still no. See, I want nothing. I want just complete zeros out of this game. So what I do after I get to this is a couple of things. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And if you're just getting your feet wet, I wouldn't do. Well, I'll show you what I think you should do and things you shouldn't do until you get a little sense of it. I think the first thing you should do is you go into stack types and make sure that you have normal type stacks. Now here is okay, because you have a stack of 6, 5 2s, 4 2s, 4 3s. But if you get something like 3 2s, what I would do is I would just X them out. And what you do is you hit this apply. I don't know why they did it this way. I just don't like it. And I don't want to do 4 zeros. That requires too much. So we X out those types of stacks. And that's what I think you should do. Now you probably have to do more of that on your normal type slates. And the next thing that you could do if you wanted, and it depends on my mood. Why won't be allowed to change Alia? Same reason I can't play CGS Joe's. Same reason I can't play college football. I don't know. It's some states are just different. But maybe I'll check. The other thing you could do in NHL, yeah, I would limit it to 5 2s, 6s, 4 3s, 4 2s, and 5 flats. Even 4-2-2, I think you play some of those, but be pure. Okay, that's until you get really, really good at knowing which ridiculous stacks you can play. I would stick with this. Just for fun, if you want to see if you played 40, you get all these 4 2s. Okay, so let's go back to the 20 that we had before. Okay, so the next thing I would do, it depends, but first thing I would do is just check team stacks. Just make sure that this is sort of like normal for you as far as risk tolerance goes. Like if you get like 100% of a certain stack and you're playing 50 lineups, maybe that's not, the right idea. So that's the next thing I would do. And then here comes the thing that you can do if you want. You go into players and you sort by EV, by even strength line. And what I would do, just because it's just so, they're just such low percentage chance of hitting, I would X out anybody that's a even strength line of 4 without a corresponding power play line. In other words, if you're just 4 with no power play line, I would just start Xing all of these guys out. Now, again, that's making a value judgment, so maybe that's not the smartest thing in the world to do in general. But when it comes to hockey, and you're dealing with guys with like a projection of like 3, it's just way, I don't want to say too likely, but to score anything is really, really difficult. So that is what I would do. And then if you want to be even more conservative, you could also X out the 3 zeros. So all you'd be left with are people that either have an even strength line of 2 or 3 with at least a corresponding power play line. We'll get rid of Sindel as well. And then what you could do is you go back and double check your work here, and you go back and see what you have left. Now you'd have, you still have a decent amount of the stacks you want. So then you would just go back and just zero out this one, the 2-0, and then keep everything else the same. And then you want to go double check as well the team stacks, make sure you are what you want. This seems somewhat normal. And you see, by the way, that when you did that, you didn't get as much of this Ottawa business, because I guess some of the Ottawas you'd be getting to would be like those 4-0 cheapos. So that is what you could do to put your own little kind of spin on the process. Okay. Now again, if you want to get a little fancy and accept 3-2-2s, that's up to you, or 3-3-2s. That's okay as well. And then I also sometimes struggle with whether I want so many of these 4-2-0s, So those are some of the things you can do to change your thing. And now in this types of build, we get mostly Rangers, right? So that would be my hockey process. And the cool thing about hockey is that these little tiny changes just end up with you having completely different teams. Like just making that one change gave us one from 60% Dallas to like 30% Dallas. When I did my earlier build, I had like 50% Ottawa. So that's the cool thing about hockey is that you can have people do a very similar process using the exact same same projections and get just completely different results, which is really, really cool. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Oh, we like this. We don't need to go crazy. Yeah, why don't you get him back, IMT? How about a little? Yeah, let's go nice and easy. We're getting a little bit too much blood here for me. All right, so yeah, we just can't have EG just go completely bananas here. Just back off. 4 kills in 15 minutes. That's just fine. We're kind of setting it up because we have all kinds of Golden Guardians coming up later that it's already going to be tough enough for them to get an upside. So we need everybody else to kind of bust here. Okay. MMA for tomorrow. I'll probably do an updated. It's replay. An updated projection on that. But it's a tough slate. I'll tell you one thing I'm doing in that, and this is probably just not a good idea, but I think I've talked myself into it. I'm going to play like a handful of lineups with both participants in the main event. And it's just almost never the right idea. But in an 11-fight slate where the underdog has just so many variations where she can get there even in a loss, I just think it's not the worst idea on a slate like this. I mean, I just see these variations where all the favorites win and or at least most of them, almost all of them win. And I think that there are just a lot of variations where Andrade wins with like a 90 and what's her name still gets like 65, and you're going to want it. So that's, so I'm probably throwing some lineups away by doing that. I'm also going to leave a little bit of money on the table as well. There you go, IMT. Fight back a little bit. No, it doesn't look like this. Oh, no. I mean, it looked like they were fighting back. That's why they stink. That's why EG is like a minus 400 favorite. But I don't know. I'll live with it. 6 kills in 17 minutes. I guess that's fine. And what you do when you NB no, not at all. Papa J. I don't even know who's playing. Oh, what's that? The rookie game? Yeah, I want to go double check on Montgomery. Is he dead yet? He's just the worst. Well, not the worst. I mean, this is what happens to 7,300 guys. That's what happens. You can't not allowed to complain. Yeah, so these are Scott Stallings. I could have been a contender. Scott Stallings can do anything, but that's the thing about golf. You can't be like that. You can't just say, if only this guy made the cut. Only if this. It's never. That's why you got 160, 150 golfers, and they're all good. So can't all make it. Tennis today, you had Iga Swiatek, who is just on a freaking another level, breaking slates like every which way. She scored 90 fantasy points, and I didn't have enough of her, so that's gonna be the end of the tennis slate. I mean, I made cash for a little bit along the way, but nothing major. And then tomorrow we have Xfinity, right? Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at the schedule for tomorrow. Hang on. We don't want upcoming or anything like that. Okay, so let's NASCAR. What's tomorrow? I'll give an update. Tomorrow, 5:15 is Xfinity. Sunday is the Daytona 500. What hockey is there tomorrow? If anything, tomorrow, is there a big slate at all tomorrow? 7 p.m. tomorrow, hockey. Let's look at the soccer tomorrow. Is it 10 a.m.? Oh, 6 gamer, 10 a.m. Be there for that. MMA starts at 4, which is nice. We have esports overnights. We have a 5-game overnight. And what you have to remember is don't start watching at 1 a.m, because then you'll just get hooked in and you'll never go to sleep. Then there's LEC. Oh, only a 2-game LEC slate tomorrow. That's annoying. I think we're, as usual, we're just kind of be at the end of tennis. Once we hit to the weekend, just not enough players. And here's the NBA. Oh, there's no NBA, any of that stuff. All right, let's sweat the end of this. So what's the squeal point here? So we're already, this is the way I kind of sweat this stuff, is we're already presuming that EG is going to get at least 15, like 14 or 15, right? Because they're going to win eventually. When they win eventually, they have to kill off at least 3 or 4 other guys, maybe 5 to get the ace. So anything under 15 or 16 would be really good if we were fading EG. But it just doesn't look like it. See, their gold lead is just not big enough where they're going to end this anytime soon. So I think that, yeah, this is probably kind of a disaster. Looks like EG is going to probably do some smashing, and I don't think I have, if any of them, if you want to know the truth. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I got a little bit greedy with my playing this slate, I think. Yeah, I have none of it. Literally 0 EG. Uh-oh. So can't afford a big old 21-1 smash here. So we gotta anti-sweat this a little bit. See, do we even have a look from Harmon? No, oh, look, shot 1, cart path. Very nice. Very nice. Cart path. Yeah, I know you're on a killing spree. Yeah. Okay, how about they just get the Baron and they come and push and then they win 14-1. We'll take that even. Just a little early. Meanwhile, this, if you ever, I mean, the Twitch chat is just beyond. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. So they can't even get a single. They can't even get a single kill off IMT. I mean, they're like 4-1 on this. Hey, they finally got somebody. We got another one, I think. No, this is a train wreck waiting to happen. I mean, it's not even waiting to happen. It's like happening right away. All right, so there's one more. I still have to figure out what I want to do with my big. I am playing. I don't know what am I doing with it? I'm playing the 180 in the truck series race. It's freaking so stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we'll make a couple of worthy pivots, I guess. The Benedetto's not bad because he's in the 8. I don't know how many people are going to play him. But all these guys look like really good plays. Okay, so Red got the Baron. And then with any luck, they'll just freaking push and win and not drag this out any longer than they have to. But I don't know if they have enough to do this right now. I think it's going to be like more of those, like more blood. You get a couple more kills, then the reset, get a couple more kills. This reminds me of when I used to bet sports and you have a team and you're getting like 12 points from them or 14. Like the worst that could ever happen is you score first and get them mad. If you just kind of let them beat you, maybe you have a chance to like just kind of hang around. Here, that's what we need. We need like IMT to stone give up. We'll take the 15-2 loss or something like that. But if IMT fights enough, then they're just going to be in for more punishment. Yeah, so it's a kind of weird thing, in sweating LOL, but you're kind of rooting for this other team to just close them out here. Kind of like blowout run. Kind of hope the game just kind of blows out a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, I thought I was ready early, and I thought you were going to be upstairs.
So I would make an
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll hang around until this thing blows up in my face, which is probably not going to be too long. We'll watch this a little bit. I guess the delay is not bad. It comes closer that they can actually win this thing and not get this double attack and put up 20. 16 or 16 I can live with. I can beat that. Just not beating 22 or something like that. I got to tell you, DFS Champ was really on. I mean, he didn't actually pick them, but he was pretty clear that LGD in the overnight slate had upside as an underdog. And the other side was the most popular team on the slate. And LGD swept them in fine style. And basically, if you were smart enough to just be really, really overweight on that, you really just we're in really good shape to take down everything. So that's good on him. That was a really, really good call, which unfortunately I did not. The one video I didn't watch. I mean, I almost always watch the freaking Chan videos, and this one I just missed. Okay, so I want to back off completely here. I want to come back and just kind of close this out. Yeah, I think it should be all right. I don't think we're going to get more than 18 out of this. At the very most, they'll get an ace and then just kind of close it out. You won't get those residual kills after that. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting EG gets into one more team fight, gets the ace, 5-1 or something like that, and then they win without killing anybody else. Which, I mean, that's 18-2 or something like that is kind of that is pretty good. But at least I have a chance to get some freaking big old kill fest in the other games. All right, so they're dead. And then I presume that all these other guys are going to be dead soon. Let's see, this is the problem. They're not dying so fast. This is the thing. The other guy's going to relive again, and then they're going to have to kill them all over again. So it's going to be more like 19 instead of 18, if not worse. This is a full on. At the very least, maybe we can avoid the 30-minute bonus for the team, as long as all these kills are going to come piling in here. Yeah, this is a big problem. Yeah, this is a shit show. They're just basically playing with them right now. They're up like 10,000. This is what's going to happen. They're going to get one more drag, and then they're going to kill everybody else. With any luck, like I said, they only lose 19-2. Ray gets one more dragon for the team, which we don't have. And now they're probably going to come on down and just bludgeon everybody. All right. So let's see if we can avoid getting everybody killed. Looks like everybody's going to get killed though. Maybe get lucky and they just kind of slip past and just take down the Nexus turret without killing people. No, they're going to come back and even get more. As a disaster. But they really need this. They needed another Baron just for the. And then after this, we're going to get out of here. You guys can root for Golden Guardians to score like 25. That's like the only way we're going to win now. After these guys get the 19. Here they come. Ready? Here they come. They all come pushing down. Here, these guys here. They'll lead the charge. This game's going to be over at about 25 seconds, I think. Let's see. They're going to try to defend. So these are 5 guys that are all going to be dead in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, look at that. They held on for more than I thought. Okay. Yeah.
Where'd you put the steak up?
Right now.
Are you doing it? Are you ready?
Yeah. And this is like a full-edged, like, and they're trying to defend here. They really have to go get this. Well, you know what? At least they didn't get the 30-minute bonus. So what is it, 19-2? That's what's going to happen here? Probably. Yeah, they are defending. All the inhibitors are gone. Let's see if maybe they all don't die. That would be nice. No, they're all going to die. 1. How about just kill? Ooh, 17. There it is. Ready? 18, 19, and that'll do it. Just hide. Ooh, 17. Okay, maybe not the worst. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, I got to get out of here. I might hop on tomorrow. Probably not. Good luck with everything.